The Santa Cruz Mountains Appalachian, which is the designated growing region that allows you to say Santa Cruz Mountains on a label, was established in 1981. It was the first viticultural appellation in California that was based on climatological and geographical features. The grapes have to be 400 feet elevation or higher on the west side of the mountain range, and they have to be 800 feet or higher on the east side of the mountain range. The idea being that grapes on the west side grown below 400 feet is probably too cold to grow good quality grapes, and on the east side below 800 feet is probably too hot to grow good quality grapes. In terms of location for Pinot Noir, the Santa Cruz Mountains is arguably one of the best places in the world for growing the grape. Santa Cruz Mountains, especially about this elevation zone, the sort of 1,000, 1,200, 1,400 foot range, is really a great balance because we get fog in the evenings, we'll have nights in the 40s, days in the 80s, sometimes 90s. And that dynamic range is really important for Pinot Noir. It gives enough heat to get it ripe, but the cool nights keep the acidity in the grape. The Vine Hill area has been in vines since 1863. And it's called Vine Hill because of that, and it was all the Jarvis Brothers winery in the 1860s. Dick Smothers picked up a little piece of vineyard in the 70s. It was 80 plus years old. When Ken Burnap, who founded Santa Cruz Mountain Vineyard, came along, he found the vineyard. It had just been converted and planted over to Pinot Noir. David Bruce had owned it and had made Zinfandel off the property in the 60s. They wanted to solve the problem of why Pinot Noir was so excellent from France and so horrible from California. And solving that problem meant looking for a cooler place to grow it, and the Santa Cruz Mountains ended up being the answer. Ken Burnap did a lot of research on the regions he thought would be best for Pinot Noir in the early 70s, and he came up with Russian River Valley and Santa Cruz Mountains as the two best places. And this was before Russian River was what it is today. It's hard to get a handle on what is the style, what is the type for Santa Cruz Mountains, even within a given variety, because you have hugely different soils, and you have an appellation that the San Andreas Fault goes right through the middle of. So it's literally completely unrelated on the east side to the west side. What we're sitting on here came up from, Baja on the, San Andreas Fault. So it's a very different set of soils than is over on the east side there.
This is like the most fun day of the year when I pick the grapes and stuff. So.
This is Pinot here, but I mostly focus on the Rhones.
So it's a refractometer that you can tell the sugar level by the refraction of light. The more sugar it is, the more refraction there is, and then you can just read off the sugar on the scale in there. So this is looking almost about 24. I find that different vineyards have different maturities in different years with different weather, and if you taste the fruit, you can find that point. So a lot of it is the feel of the grapes, the look of the grapes. When I'm grabbing the grapes off the vine, I'm crunching them up into the baggie by hand. If they sort of pop and are hard to break up, they're not ready yet. If they kind of easily squish in my hands, they're ready. So it's a lot of gestalt and tactile. That's why it's nice with these local vineyards where we can come out and come pinch the fruit and look at it and taste the juice. Our style is to make wines that go well with food and cellar well. So we're looking for wines that are ideally never really breaking 14% alcohol. This site in particular for me is very special because it produces much more French-style Pinot Noir. And to me that means more leaf and earth and forest and things behind the fruit.